Indeed, people, indeed. Here I am again. It's like every day. It's like every day. I can't stop. I can't stop. So today, obviously, we're still waiting for the KERKEZ announcement and Quansah going towards Leverkusen. There's a lot of obviously news outlets talking about that at the moment. I think they obviously Quansah is on his way towards Leverkusen. So there's a lot of news outlets that just let that out recently, in the last few hours, I think or so. And Osimhen is linked to Liverpool, like a swap deal with Darwin Núñez going the other way. So yeah, lots to discuss. Please hit that like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. I'll talk about Osimhen first because I don't know much about Osimhen. You know what I mean? When obviously our community in the channel talked about him to me, I said I'm not really interested because I don't know him. You know what I mean? I only see bits of him, and I wasn't too impressed. But why can't we get get it from a person that knows him well, that a person that watches watches Italian football a lot, that knows him when he was playing it for Napoli, when he was settled, if you know what I mean. Because me judging a player without investigating it thoroughly, and YouTube clips doesn't do much. I've seen bits of him on YouTube. I've seen him. He's a clinical finisher. He does contribute on the build-up play and all those kind of things. But I like to watch players in a full game, like more than twice or something like that. Then I could judge the player, what he's all about, if you know what I mean. So let's share Judge Mo, Footy Judge Mo, my brother over there. He's the one who's going to talk about him and see what he says about Osimhen, because I don't want to come into the stream and then criticize a player that I don't know a lot about. And as we know, Isak is going to be difficult to get him. It's not like, but it didn't say Liverpool are stopping the Isak transfer. It's just gonna be difficult to get him. That's what it's at the moment, if you know what I mean, guys. So if we look at Footy Judge Mo, he will explain to us what Osimhen is all about, and I'll put my little bits in there as well. So let's see what he says. Please go and subscribe to him as well. He's got a brilliant channel, great lad as well. Like he always wants me on his channel. Brilliant person, man. Brilliant human being. Let me just put it that way. So yeah. So let's see what he says. Please get in the comments as well. Say whatever you want to say. I've just woken up, guys. So let me get my rhythm still going, if you know what I mean. So apologies if I'm a bit slow each time I'm speaking. Yeah. So let's see what Footy Judge Mo is saying. Then we could have our own judgment towards that as well. But let me welcome in the chat. Big up, Janet, man. I haven't seen you for a while. I hope everything's okay with you and your family. It's been a long time, really. So big up, Janet. Big up, Chills. Big up, Liverpool forever. Oh, is he taking my channel's name? Okay. Big up, hit the likes button and the subscribe. Big up, bro. Eric, nice to see you again. Abula, big up, brother, and Clive as well. So let's see what Footy Judge Mo is saying. So and then we could just judge for ourselves, if you know what I mean. So yeah, let's just put our bits in as well. Big up everyone, man. Big up on the chat. In the chat, sorry. So I don't know. Hang on. I know the sound is not there. Let me just put it up.
Liverpool's summer transfer window is so wild. They turned their attention to another striker out there that is lethal because of the Isak situation and everything. Núñez out, Chiesa out, and Osimhen in, along with another defender, Marc Guehi, who people are already accepted defeat that he's joining Liverpool. But he needs assurances, but we'll talk about that. But before we talk about
with Marc Guehi as well, guys, what we need to understand is like Liverpool wouldn't sell Quansah unless there's another defender coming in, if you know what I mean, in advance. So you got to be careful how you do transfers. If you haven't got nothing coming in and then you're selling someone else, it's a big risk, if you know what I mean. So Liverpool have, I think Guehi is coming, guys. I've got a feeling towards that, especially the way the Konate issue is happening at the moment. As I signed the contract, it collapsed. They go again, and you know what I mean. We don't know what's going to happen with that obviously deal with Konate. I'm hoping he stay because even Guehi coming in, that's still a bonus for us, which means like we've got a solid centre backs at the football club. And Joe Gomez at the same time came out and said like, I want to stay at Liverpool and fight for my position. So, you know, we still could have Joe Gomez in the football club who could play right across that, you know, defensive line, if you know what I mean. So yeah, but yeah, so let's continue what he's saying about Osimhen. We will learn more about it. And I'm going to watch little clips of Osimhen while Judge Mo is talking as well.
What is going on with Liverpool? How their summer transfer window might be one of the best windows we have ever seen in the Premier League. I want you to make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're on the way to 35,000 subscribers.
What a lucky guy. 35,000 subscribers. I've been here since 2019 and I'm stuck on 2000. It's weird. It's weird. But yeah, please hit the likes and subscribe, all that stuff. Let me welcome people in. Big up Chris as always, brother. Storm in the teacup. Big up. Yeah. So just, you know, put anything in the chat. I'll respond to it as always. I always, you know, keep on looking at for the best comments and all that stuff. And I'll share it with you. I like challenges as well. You know what I mean? If you want to challenge me, as the host as well, no problem with that. I don't ban people. I don't, you know, do things like that. So I just want to have a, you know, convo back and forth. That's all.
With your help, of course, the like button underneath the comment section, it look like thumbs up. So hit that like button. It helps the video, helps the algorithms. And also let me know in the comments, do you think Osimhen is the right one for Liverpool if Isak is not coming? Like, let's start by, first of all, why are Liverpool not actually targeting Isak? It was reported that the deal for Isak is not viable. They wanted Isak. It was his dream move. But it looks like Newcastle are demanding so much money, and it will be hard to actually have Newcastle sit at the table for something maybe less than 150 million pounds. Liverpool dream in signing Isak is shattered, but the world doesn't end here. Yes, Isak would have provided something completely different. Mm-hmm. He's one of the best strikers in the world at the current moment.
Listen, Isak is a great striker. One of the best, he said, like in the world at the moment. He's 100% right. I agree with that. But the thing is with Isak, 150 is a lot of money. It's a lot of money for a striker, especially who picks up a lot of injuries. And in the current market, you can't really pay that much for a striker. You can't really pay that much for a player as well. So you're taking a risk. And especially with a contract signing of 5 years as well, it's not long enough either. So the best thing for Isak is he comes out and says, I want to go to Liverpool. If he says something like that, along those lines, Newcastle have got no choice but to sell. Liverpool is looking around the 120 million mark to break another record, of course. And if they agree with this signing, I think Liverpool can get him straight away. Because what Liverpool said was, as I said yesterday, we've got the money, even if we don't have to sell players. So we've got the actual package for a striker there waiting if the other team wants to sell. So that's a good start as well. But, you know, this Victor Osimhen thing is not going away. It keeps coming back. And my African brothers in the chat always, you know, trying to make me talk about him, which I don't know much about. So this is why I've got, obviously, Judge Mo talking about him for me, because he watches Italian football. Obviously, he's an Inter Milan fan. It's easier for you guys to understand more, if you know what I mean. So let's listen to what he says, and I'll, you know, butt in whenever I can. As I said about Isak, it's a bit difficult. 150 is too much. 100 it's pounds. It's not even euros. We don't do euros in England. So, yeah, it's going to be tough for that one. And you know who I want more than anyone. But if Victor Osimhen is a player at Liverpool go for, I'm like every other Liverpool fan. I always support our signings. Just like Arne Slot, when a lot of our fan base didn't want Arne Slot. And I said, give the guy a chance. I never said I don't want him at Liverpool. I said, I don't know who he is. I wouldn't even put him in the top 10 managers at the time. And now look what's happened. We've won the Premier League for the second time in 5 years. There you go. So let's get back to Judge Mo and let's see what he's saying.
Arguably, him and Haaland are the best two strikers in the league at the current moment. However, it is not viable. Liverpool cannot do it. and what Isak was going to offer Liverpool is something that I don't think they can find in any other striker in the world. However, Liverpool moved on, and they moved on to Osimhen, Victor Osimhen, the guy who scored 37 goals and had 8 assists on loan in the Turkish league last season. He wants to leave Napoli. He doesn't have a place under Antonio Conte, and there is no better destination than him, than Liverpool. To be honest with you, there is no better place for him than playing next to Salah, in front of Verts, in front of McAllister, and I think he will light up the Premier League, in my opinion, if he joins. The deal, as it's reported, that Liverpool are offering Nunes, are offering Chiesa in an even exchange. However, Napoli wants 17 million pounds in order to make the deal, because they want the full release clause of Osimhen, which is 67 million pounds. And Liverpool value Nunes and value Chiesa at about 50. So Liverpool don't want to pay the whole 67 million pounds. And in terms of like financial demands from Osimhen, it looks like Osimhen is open to join Liverpool, as is reported in Italy, that he can go and because he wants to stay in Europe, he snubbed Al Hilal. He doesn't want to join the Saudi League. He wants to stay in Europe for the coming seasons, and there is no better place than Liverpool. Osimhen, to be honest, he's so dominant in the air, and a lot of people have criticized him and actually have not.
Yeah, you know, with Osimhen, guys, if you look at him as a player, he's very quick. He's very clinical in front of goal, and he can really set up the other players as well. If you're looking for creative sense, like laying off balls so someone can shoot and things like that, he's a proper number 9. You're like an Aaron Shearer, you know, Andy Cole type. If you guys remember those players, like they're not going to be the most glamorous players on the eye. Robbie Fowler as well. But they will put the ball in the back of the net, and if they have to do 1-2s with players to set them up as well, they will do things like that. That's how good Osimhen is. If you want to like an old-fashioned number 9, pace, power, good in the air, can do 1-2s with obviously with his teammates, and he's always going to be at the end of the ball when the ball's crossed in as well. So if you want that type of striker, this is your guy who's going to be on the last line of the defense and always cause problems. And do Liverpool need that? Maybe so, maybe so. I'm more of an all-round striker that can, come deep and let the other two, obviously the wingers like Salah and Gakpo, get into the box, and then the ball will be played when the defense come out with the striker. You know what I mean? Something like that. But yeah, let me share his stats with you last season in Galatasaray. As we all know, he had problems in Italy, so he moved to Galatasaray on loan. Scored a lot of goals, by the way. If you look at it from here, let me just share it with you. As you can see here, maybe hopefully it's big enough. It's there you go. 41 games, 37 goals. So you could see the league, he scored 26 goals. It looks like. And Europa League, he scored 6 goals out of 7. And the Turkish Cup, I think, that's 5 goals in 4 games. So 30 games, 26 goals in the league, 7 games in the Europa League, 6 goals, 4 goals in the Turkish Cup. So it's 4 games in the Turkish Cup and 5 goals. And then in total, 37 goals in 41 games. That is not bad. That is not a bad record. But then you say, is that league strong enough for us to judge him as well? But he did this in Napoli as well, if you know what I mean, guys. So if we slightly go back, let's see what he did at Napoli. I'm not good with this stuff, and I never want to be a stats man, but I'll try my best for you guys. So if you look at Napoli, like 25 games, he had problems at Napoli. They had some issues. I don't want to go into it. It's something beyond my control. I don't know a lot about it, but it was involved with color and all that stuff. That's as far as I go. So you look at Serie A in season 23-24. He played 25 games, 15 goals in the league. It's not bad, is it? It's not bad. And then you look at the Champions League, 6 games, 2 goals. And in total, like 32 games and 17 goals. This is the season he had problems in it. So we can't really judge him for that. So let's go back. Let's go, even deeper, another season before that one. there you go. When everything was okay, I think when Napoli was doing well and they won the league and all that stuff, this is what he did. 32 goals, 32 games, 26 goals. Champions League, 6 games, 5 goals. The Italian Cup, nothing about that. So in total, 39 games and 31 goals. Wow. That's not bad. That is not bad at all for a centre forward as well. So it's like more or less won a game if you look at him. That's impressive. Very impressive from a striker. I like what I see, but is he suited to Liverpool? In my eyes, from what I've seen, not a lot, but I don't think he suits Liverpool. But if he comes to Liverpool, how can I complain, guys? Honestly, how can I complain? It will be better than what we got. Let me just put it that way. If you're talking about Darwin Núñez and Jota and these other players, he's much better than them. He will be more. The thing is, he's heading towards 27. He's 26 now. Do Liverpool get players that are heading towards 27 and beyond? We'll have to wait and see. Obviously, they re-signed Salah and Van Dijk. Well, those are established players. The club wants them to stay, and it's already playing into the Liverpool hands, if you know what I mean. So yeah, let's get back to Judge Mo. I've got another clip for you with Saeed and the Troops. It was very interesting in their channel. Very interesting. It's funny as well. So I'll get to the chat first, man. Appreciate everybody that's on. No, listen, I've just come on. I'm not gonna ask for much. I'm not gonna say, oh, where is everybody? I'm not all about that. Big up, Chris, bro. Chills. Big up. Liverpool fan forever. I like that. It's not LFC, the rest forever. Oh, that's okay though. I like that. Big up, Eric, as always, brother. Big up, Fozzy and everyone in chat. Abula, hopefully I said that right. Hi, everyone. Nice to see you. Oh, you never walk alone. Always, you never walk alone. This is a Liverpool channel. Always, you never walk alone. Big up, Clive, as always, brother. Thank you for coming on. Storm in the Teacup says, good evening from Mongolia. Big up. Maybe I will visit there one day. You never know, man. I believe Osimhen will be good for us in front of goals. I'll take your word for it, brother. I'll take your word for it. I'm not here to judge anyone at the end of the day. I don't know much about him. I only seen a few games. Obviously, I think he played against us in the Champions League, as I remember. Things like that. That's how I know him. But if I watch him thoroughly and in a full game, then probably I could judge what I see. He might impress me. You never know. You know what I mean? That's how life is. Both be great signings, Clive says. Big up, Irishman. I don't know how you do it, bro. I don't know how you do 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours, bro. Man, I wish I could do that. Let me just put it that way. But listen, subscribe to this gentleman here, man. The most knowledgeable Liverpool Football Club fan I've seen in years, man. Let me just put it that way. And listen, I'm knowledgeable, but this guy is a different level. Eric says, is it not his wage demands that would be the issue with Osimhen? I don't think it's the wage demands, mate. It's what's suitable for Liverpool Football Club. Wage demands won't be an issue. It's not like he's getting a lot of money everywhere else. You know what I mean? And not only that, you're playing for Liverpool Football Club, so wages should not be a factor. This is the highest of the high, obviously, for a player. Pinnacle, you know what I mean? Something like that could make the whole world see you. And not only that, you will win individual trophies as well. So if you want to be part of that, wages should not be a problem, in my opinion, brother. So, yeah. But keep the chats coming in, man. I'm here for an hour or so. Big up. I don't know how to say that. Nathstar. So let's hope I said it right. Big up N90. Big up AK. It's always Newcastle with you, bro. I'm here for Liverpool at the moment. If I talk about Newcastle, then you could come on air and ask me questions about that. But give us ESEC, bro. Give us ESEC. I'm always going to say that to you when you're in the chat, of course. So let's get back to, obviously, Judge Mo. See what he's going to say about Osimhen. And then we have our own take towards that.
Watch him enough. And Osimhen with Napoli, the season they won the league. People say, oh, he's only good in spaces. Absolutely not. Because I'm telling you from now that Napoli team under Spalletti were the highest position-based team in Italy for close to 68% ball position. So that proves that he doesn't have spaces. He didn't have spaces, and he played in very tight spaces. And that is what Liverpool will do. Liverpool are looking to be dominant. Liverpool are looking to play on the front foot, of course, with their team. They are looking to smother the opposition. And Osimhen link-up play is good. And if you don't watch, don't talk, because you don't know, to be honest with you. He's very good in the link-up play, dominant in the air, can work in tight spaces as well. And he is absolutely lethal. He might come in and be one of the best strikers in the league instantly. And I think he makes Liverpool absolutely complete, of course, with Mohamed Salah, as I mentioned, and Wirtz and McAllister behind him in the midfield with Gravenberch. And in my opinion, if Liverpool pull out this and they get Osimhen, we got to ask the question, why other teams are not in for Osimhen? What are they afraid of? Are they afraid for the attitude? The guy played in the Turkish league and absolutely was lethal. Just get the footballing ability and try to blend him in the team, of course. I actually think that this will be absolutely phenomenal, to be honest. Osimhen is a focal point. Osimhen has better finishing than Nunes, better finishing than a lot of strikers in the league. His movement is so elite. He's quick. He's physically very, very, very strong. You know what? And Osimhen and Wirtz, they may be together, can replace Salah if Salah leaves in 2 years. Because at that time, you will need a striking force that will be able to get you probably 50 GA. And I believe that Osimhen, with Wirtz behind him, with McAllister, can provide that. And then Liverpool can look for the replacement for Salah.
He's spot on in a certain, in obviously what he's talking about in regards to like a Nunes and the clinical style of the game. From what I've seen of Osimhen, Nunes gets in great positions, as we remember before, you know, all these issues that we have with him now. In regards to in front of goal, he misses easy chances and all that stuff. With Osimhen, he will finish those Nunes chances if he gets in front of goal. I'm 100% certain about that. And, you know, like he just said, Wirtz behind you, Salah, you know, McAllister, Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, Gakpo, or if Diaz stays as well. So if you got all those players behind you, you're going to get a lot of chances, if you know what I mean. And then you got those two fullbacks, which is KERKEZ and Frimpong, who are very lightning quick, and they do the overlaps, which means they're going to cross the ball in at any opportunity. I was watching KERKEZ this morning. Majority of the time, what I saw of KERKEZ, he always crosses the ball in, no matter where he is on the pitch. He puts the curl on it. So when you put the curl in it in the 6-yard box, it goes away from the goalkeeper, and the striker, all he has to do is header it in. That's the kind of crosses he's going to be receiving. And when I look at Frimpong, it's more on the floor, Trent type kind of crosses, low, hard, in the 6-yard box, make it difficult for the defense and the goalkeeper at the same time as well. And all the player has to do is tap it in when he's in the 6-yard box. So he's going to get a lot of creativity if he comes to Liverpool, and if they make this deal with Chiesa and Nunes going the other way, if you know what I mean. Yeah, man, a lot of stuff can like happen with obviously this striker, because he's more clinical than Nunes, man. Let me just put it that way from what I've seen. Please do me a favor, guys, hit the likes if you're watching the channel. There's always a 50 target, you know, 50 likes target, and subscribe if you're new. If you don't like the channel, it's fine. I've got no issues with that. But as long as you're passing through and hit the like for me, it's free. I appreciate that. So that's how I see it. I will get the obviously the what do you call it, the graphic for you about the football pitch, and I'll show you what we can do if Osimhen is the striker as well. Listen, I apologize to all my African brothers, you know what I mean, who tried to give me Osimhen, and I said I'm not interested in it. I don't know nothing about him. That's the whole thing. But now I've been trying to find that, and you know, Judge Moore talking about it, who watches Italian football, makes it easier for me to understand what type of player he is. So let's get back to this. Let me just get the graphics ready while he's talking as well.
On the right side, because in 2 years, we know that Salah might leave in 2 years, he renewed his contract. So maybe that is the right move for Liverpool. You know what I mean? Will Slot be able to actually get Osimhen in check, get Osimhen under control? I want to hear what you guys think in the comment section. Excuse me. Do you think Osimhen will fit in that Liverpool team, or he will disturb them? I genuinely think that if he goes to Liverpool, there will be players like Salah, there will be players like McAllister, Van Dijk, and they will be able to keep him in check without a shadow of a doubt. But Liverpool are not stopping there. Liverpool are not only trying to look for a striker. We know the Konate situation. He has 1 year left in his contract, and he's targeted by Real Madrid. And I genuinely believe that they need a defender. However, they are targeting Marc Guehi from Crystal Palace, who has 1 year left at his contract. And Crystal Palace are so keen to move the player and cash in on the player before he see out the contract at the end of next season and he leaves on a free. The problem is Marc Guehi, who is a top defender. I rate Marc Guehi a lot. He was England's best defender in the Euros when he played. But he wants assurances that he will start because this is the World Cup year and he wants to guarantee a place in the England national team under Thomas Tuchel. I believe that he can come in and battle Konate for a starting place next to Van Dijk. That is, in my opinion. Maybe Liverpool can sign another defender. They can sell Konate for money and get Marc Guehi. That because Konate might leave on a free at the end. And I'm not saying that Marc Guehi is equal to Konate, but Marc Guehi has experience, very good defender next to Van Dijk. He can learn from him. And I believe it will be a phenomenal move for Liverpool. But there are news out there from Arsenal camp that Marc Guehi has actually chosen Liverpool. We know that Arsenal were in for him and he chose Liverpool for his destination. But again, he wants a first team guaranteed start. And listen, all I have to say is that he's a very good defender, very strong, great one-on-one. He provides coverage, he provides experience, leadership as well. And that will be along with Van Dijk, an amazing.
Yeah, he's 100% right with Marc Guehi. As I said yesterday when I was on the stream, I did tell you guys he's not my preferred choice as a Van Dijk replacement. But if he's going to come in and be a supporting defender with Van Dijk, like similar to Matip and obviously Konate and Gomez, I don't mind that. As long as we have a future plan to replace Van Dijk with something close to him, if you know what I mean. There's never going to be another Van Dijk, let's just put it that way. But there's always something close to that type of player, tall, strong, powerful and all that stuff, and pacey. So if we could do that, I don't mind it. Guehi, a replacement for Quansah, that's a no-brainer in my opinion. So what he said was, if you heard what he just said, Arsenal probably went in for Guehi to try to get him, obviously, to Arsenal. And then they've been told he's probably going somewhere else. So he's already talking to some other club. So yeah, that's impressive enough as it is. As I said earlier, you don't get rid of a regular squad player like Quansah and not replace him with someone else. Don't forget, we lost Matip as well a couple of seasons ago. We still haven't replaced Matip at the back. We're not going to play Nat Phillips and Williams, are we? Let's be honest. So we need something that's going to be more than capable, that can compete in the Champions League and the Premier League as well. So if there's injuries or we need to rest players, we've got the right players at the right place to replace those players as well. So Marc Guehi, he could pass the ball. He's got average pace. He's good in the air. He's a leader. He could complement the likes of obviously Konate, Van Dijk, and if Gomez stays as well. So it looks like if Gomez stays, we've got two players for each position, and that's impressive enough as it is. But I still need another centre back in case injuries, starts hitting the football club, and that's what we don't want. Remember, people, we've won the league before. What cost us that season? A lot of injuries. Teams were going for our legs. Teams were actually trying to break our legs. And, the best defender in the world at the time, which still is actually, Van Dijk got injured in the Everton game, as we remember. And then Thiago got injured in the same game as well. So when you're champions, teams will do everything to try to stop you. You know about Rodri last season, what happened with him and Partey, kneed him straight and then next to the side of the knee. And he was out for the season, had an ACL injury. So we just got to be careful. Just make sure you got enough ammunition. If you don't have that, then it's going to be a long season, especially, like what happened back in 2020-21 season. So we don't want to go through that again. Let's just be realistic here. Please do me a favor, guys. Hit the likes and subscribe and all that good stuff. And have your say on the chat. Have your say on the chat. That's what I'm here for, man. Let's go. Let's continue. He's talking about Guehi, so I already explained about Guehi to you guys. Let's see what more he's coming up with.
But I have another suggestion, to be honest with you. What if Liverpool play three at the back with Guehi, Konate, and Van Dijk. We know that KERKEZ and Frimpong are both flying fullbacks. They're basically wingbacks more than fullbacks. So
listen, we can play free at the back. Let me just put it that way. It's not an impossible task, but Irishman and the older fans can attest for me. We invented free at the back in the Premier League with Roy Evans back in the 90s. It was a great formation. Like we played Ruddock, Scales, and Bab at the back. David James in goal, McAteer sticking Bionaby or Rob Jones, and you had Barnes and Jamie Redknapp in the middle, McManaman in the free role where Wirtz is going to be playing now. And then you had obviously Robbie Fowler, Stan Collymore. You know what I mean? We had that formation with great players at the time, but it's just not made for the Premier League, if you know what I mean. The pitches are not wide enough for it. It's too easy to double up on the wings as well. And then you get a centre back out of position. As soon as that centre back comes out of position, it's easier for the striker to tap in the ball in the back of the net. So I don't want to go through things like that again. That's why there's only one team that's won the Premier League with free at the back, and that's obviously Conte's Chelsea. And the next season they got found out what happened. Conte got sacked. So we don't want to go through things like that. 4 at the back is what every great team plays. We stick with that. If we're going to play free at the back from time to time, I don't mind that. But if it's a consistent thing, it's going to destroy us as a football club. Let me just put it that way. But I've heard Arne Slot has played free at the back before. And we wait and see. We wait and see on that. But big up everyone in the chat, man. Like I said, just, Mehdi, big up Mehdi. I'll come to your chat. Don't worry, guys. Honestly, I'll come to your chat. Just put it there and we'll discuss it as the show goes on.
Maybe that guy, Marc Guehi, can give Liverpool options to actually switch to 3 at the back. Some games, of course, and maybe he actually can battle Konate. I genuinely think that. And also, there is one more thing about Marc Guehi that I didn't speak about, is that he's very good on the ball, and that will suit Liverpool to the T, because they need defenders that can play the ball, that can actually move the ball forward, that actually can do things on the ball, play diagonal, dribble in the midfield, step into the midfield because of the high line they play and how they build from the back. Listen, all I have to say is that Osimhen fixes Liverpool attack. Marc Guehi fixes the defensive hole in terms of the depth, because, Quansah left to go to Bayer Leverkusen. So now they need a defender. He's a long-term center back that can stay at Liverpool for a very, very long time. And that is something that Liverpool are looking for. But before we end the video, make sure to hit the like button. And wanted to ask you something. If you're a Liverpool fan, is that a fair deal? Chiesa, Nunes, 70 million to get Osimhen. And also, who would you start? If Marc Guehi wants to guarantee a start and Konate has 1 year left at his contract, would you sell Konate and buy Guehi? Or would you actually get Guehi and start him next to Van Dijk? Or would you stick with Van Dijk and Konate? Make sure to subscribe now if you're here. Hit the like button.
Yeah, please subscribe to the brother, man. Please subscribe to the brother. So let me share the graphic with you and show you what Osimhen can do, if you know what I mean. I don't think, people discuss like what I've seen of him anyway, guys. Let me just put that. I don't know much about, but what I've seen of him since I watched a few clips of him. So let me share that with you. Let me take this off. Get the chat going, man. I'm here for the chat now. So get the chat going. Let me see if I could bring that back. Yeah, so as you can see, guys, like this is Osimhen. If I could find the guy. God damn. Apologies. Where is he, Osimhen? I'm sure I put him 30. No. Yeah, I need to change his number. Hang on, guys. Awkward. Yeah, very awkward. Where is he, man? There you go. Let's give him 39. Anthony, plays, Anthony plays. So, Victor Osimhen, if you're looking at him as a striker, he's more of a box, box player. He's more of this area, if you know what I mean. So, he's always going to be on the shoulder of the centre backs. If the ball goes through, he'll be the first one to, go towards it and slot the ball back of the net. He's more clinical than Nunes. Let me just put it that way. And let me put the line here for you. What I watch of him, I don't see anything else, honestly, guys, other than being, on the shoulder kind of striker. He's not more of a, what you want him to be, like if I know I keep speaking about him, it's my player. If you look at Alvarez, he could go deeper than this line, if you know what I mean. So with Osimhen, he's more or less a guy who's always on the shoulder of the defense. Say if the defense is in a line like this, the ball goes through, he's gonna be at the end of it, and then he's gonna slot it in, if you know what I mean. That's what he is. Don't expect him to come over here and play around with the pause with the rest of the team around there. He's not that type of player. He's not gonna be defending and all that stuff. He's always gonna be on the two centre backs right up front. That's what I've seen of him. And the likes of Salah, let me bring everyone in. Let me give you a formation. If he's in the team, what could happen, if you know what I mean. So you put obviously Van Dijk here, put Konate next to him. Guehi's there, we'll discuss him later. You got Frimpong here. No, Robertson. KERKEZ on the left. You got this. I don't know what's happening. This is the team that most probably will play. You got Gravenberch here. Where's McAllister? We're gonna sub Szoboszlai for now, yeah, guys. We're just gonna make Szoboszlai a sub. So leave Szoboszlai alone for now. So if we've got the usual, for Liverpool, this is the team that would most probably start, if you know what I mean. So if everything goes according to plan, first in the number 10, Salah in the wing. And then I don't think Gakpo is leaving anytime soon, so Gakpo will be on the left. So there you go. So this is more or less what can happen if Osimhen is at Liverpool Football Club. He'll be the focal point. He'll be the target at front. And, everything from the wings and obviously from midfield will be catered to him as a striker. So he'll be in and around there. As I told you earlier, if you look at our formation, it's more or less like this. Forget about three at the back. I don't know what he was talking about. Oh, I forgot about Alisson. Sorry about that, guys. Got Don't forget, guys, we've got Mohamed Ashfeli as well in the team, as well as Alisson still at the football club. So that's impressive enough as it is. So if you look at players that's gone and players that are coming in, so we haven't been weakened. We've been strengthened at the same time. You know what I mean, guys? So that's the most important thing. Strengthening from a position of power. So long may it continue. Let me just put it that way. So when we're attacking, guys, this is how we're going to be probably going. If we can't open up those deep line defending teams, if you know what I mean. So you're going to see the likes of, I don't know what I did there. Apologies. I'm not Jamie Carragher yet. We're going to get the likes of, obviously, Frimpong and KERKEZ going forward. Let me make it slightly bigger. I don't know why it's small. This is something we're not used to at the moment. This is like something that used to happen under Klopp maybe 4 years ago, 3 to 4 years ago, something like that, when the two fullbacks were constantly going forward non-stop, if you know what I mean. So the overlaps are going to happen again. So basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players are always going to be going up there when we're attacking. And then you got McAllister joining in at the center, so that makes it 7. So he could come from a deep area into the far post, and then when the ball gets crossed in, you've got all these players around the box. So when teams deep line defend, we struggle with that. Not anymore. That's what I've been trying to tell you guys. We've got two fullbacks that love to overlap. The previous fullback, the issue that we had, he couldn't do overlapping anymore. And the other fullback was back here. You know what I mean? So we had to take care of them instead of taking care of the team. Now these players will take care of the team. He's quick, lightning quick. He's like a Kyle Walker. Let me just put it that way. He will get back and defend for the team by any cost. Same as him on the left-hand side as well. Younger guys, 22 years old, 6 to 7 years probably at Liverpool, doing that for us. It's brilliant in my opinion, and I'm looking forward to it. As I said, look at the congestion in the box. Too many players in there. So when these teams try to be negative coming to Liverpool, be negative, sitting back and try to stop us from scoring, we've got enough players inside that area to score, not only inside the box, outside the box as well. So look into that, guys. I like this. I really, really like this. So if you look at Guehi, if he's coming in, obviously he's going to share with Konate at the moment. So he's going to play on this side. Another leader, brilliant player, obviously for the Premier League as well. Just won the FA Cup as a captain for Crystal Palace. Solid defender as well. You know what I mean? The most important thing is about a defender, they love to defend. That's the first thing about them. They have to love to defend. And Marc Guehi does that as well. So with abundance. So you got another leader with a lead at the back. It makes it easier for Van Dijk, to not worry to cover other players anymore. He's got someone similar to the leadership of him in the team. So that's brilliant, man. And then not only that, like sometimes we could like move away from Van Dijk, rest him obviously before the big Champions League game, play Konate there, or play Gomez if he's still staying, like he said, there as well. So we could interchange a lot. We've got more rotations than we ever had before if this deal happens as well. So yeah, he's injury free majority of the time. When you're watching for Crystal Palace, he's always fit. But I still want someone that's going to challenge Gravenberch for that DM position. It's not a be or end all. We could get that next season, but we still need it, if you know what I mean. So let's just hope like they're looking at that area as well. But you got Szoboszlai, obviously can play in the number 10, and you could play as a obviously central midfielder as well. So CM, as they call it. We've got so much, players, so we've got so many players that could play different positions, guys. And that can help us, not only in the Premier League, but in the cups as well as the Champions League. It's all about congestion, isn't it? It's all about, the people entering the bus. So when you got that many people, you got the two fullbacks, and then you got the five in the middle like that. We're laughing at everybody else. Those games that we struggled with last season that we couldn't score a lot of goals in will be much, much simpler this coming season, if you know what I mean, guys. And not only that, we've got that fear factor from opponents now. We're the champions. And, when you're the champions, every opponent is going to be looking at you. How do we do this? How do we stop them? How are we going to put a formation out that's going to be, difficult for them? So they're going to be thinking more of us than us thinking about them that way, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, guys, listen, rub your hands together. There's going to be, a lot of goals next season from what I can see. As I said, I don't know much about Osimhen from what Judge Mo talked about, and from what I've seen in the little clips of him, he can be someone that's gonna help us out with the goals. Because at the end of the day, guys, we need players that can help out with the assists as well as the goals. So we know Gakpo can score goals. We know Wirtz can score goals. We know Osimhen can score goals. And we know Salah can score goals. Imagine getting all that together. How many goals can that be in a season? 120, 130? I don't know, man. If you add it up, I mean, and I showed you the stats of Osimhen, like, was it 31 goals? Was it 31 goals in 41 games or something like that? It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And Salah in the league, like 29 goals in 38 games, like for a winger. Madness. Absolute madness. Gakpo got his fair share as well, about 13 or 14 in the season, but he got injured, don't forget. It stopped his momentum. So, yeah, listen, guys, we'd be laughing, man. And not only that, Szoboszlai is not even in this team. And he's highly regarded. I mean, they call him the next Kevin De Bruyne. He's not even in this team. And, Szoboszlai can play as a number 10. Let me just put him on the side. Can play as a number 10, as we already know. But next season, he's probably going to be more over here. McAllister can play as a DM as well. Don't forget, guys. Remember when Klopp put him there a few seasons ago, the season when Man City won the league and he got a boot in his chest and all that stuff. So we could do something like that. More possession-based, more creativity in the team, more, long balls from distance and all that stuff. So we could do things like this. We've got that actual, players that can do it all, man. And that's pretty impressive, man. Pretty impressive. Let me just put it that way. I like it a lot. Yeah. So this is what I gave you about Victor Osimhen. He's more of a box player. Like he's more of a Alan Shearer, Andy Cole, Robbie Fowler, Les Ferdinand, players like that, rather than, Firmino or Alvarez, Isak. He's not that type of player. It's just, this is his home, that area there. And he's good in the air. He's good on the floor. He's quite pacey at the same time as well. And if Liverpool opt for him, I'm willing to give the guy a chance. I said in a couple of streams ago, I don't fancy him as a player. I still want, the ones we've been talking about recently. But if he's the one that's coming in, listen, we're Liverpool fans. We'll give everyone a chance. Let's be honest here, guys. We'll give everybody a chance. So let me get to the comments, man. Before I get out of here, there's a lot of stuff on Twitter I could share with you. Yeah, but we discussed Quansah, didn't we? He's on his way to Leverkusen from the obviously news outlets. Good luck to him, man. Good luck to that kid. I'm a supporter of him, as you guys know already. I'm not part of the bandwagon that wants him at the football club. I've never been like that. I can see potential there. I look at him in his first season, then in the next season. Let me show you what's happened for Quansah to struggle last season, so you'll understand more what. So if I could make it more clearer for you, if you know what I mean, because the way people talk about him, like he hasn't got it, he's not good enough. If I explain it to you, maybe it will make it more clearer for you, if you know what I mean. Let me see if I can find him. Where is he? Quansah. There you go. So Quansah under Klopp, yeah. If you look at him under Klopp, in his first season, he was amazing. Let me just put it that way. He was amazing. He was up here, yeah, all the way up here, next to Van Dijk or Konate at the time. So each time Liverpool attack, him and Van Dijk were right up here next to the halfway line, yeah. So now that's the position he's been playing since he was in the club in a young age. We've been doing the Klopp formation since he came in 2016, isn't it? Something like that. So from the under nines all the way to the senior team, we play the same way. And this is how he grew up to play at Liverpool Football Club, which people didn't look at. We're just judging him on last season, forgetting how good he was when he was playing in the formation he's been playing in all of his life. So imagine that, yeah? And the new manager comes in the next season, and you go all the way here, all the way back here. So don't forget, guys, yeah, when he was playing as a centre back next to the halfway line, let me take this away. I don't know why this is there. Strange. Let me take it away, guys. 1 second. Don't know why it's doing that. So imagine like you was here in the halfway line majority of your career at Liverpool Football Club, since you was a kid. And that's taken away in the next season. So you have to find a way to understand the new formation. It might take you a season. It might take you 2 seasons. And this is what he struggled with. So when he was in the halfway line with Klopp, he had enough time to get back and win the ball back. Enough time. When the ball was played through, he had enough time to get back with his power and pace, and Van Dijk and the fullbacks as well, to win the ball back. Now he hasn't got that anymore. Now he has to stay there where that line is. So when the ball goes through, you haven't got enough time to recover, especially when you don't understand the formation. So this is what he needed to practice. He needed to put himself in a position that ball does not go through. Do you know what I mean, guys? And this is what happened to him last season. And I keep telling people, don't judge him on last season. He's been playing the same formation since he was a youth, like under nines and that. So now new formation has come in, and you've gone back about 5 yards to the halfway line, from the halfway line to the back, obviously back to the edge of the box. So it's always going to be difficult. This is what I come in as a coach and trying to explain to you guys. This is what he struggled with. So he's not like Van Dijk. Van Dijk is an experienced defender. He can, put himself in positions where he can stop the ball going through, and Alisson will come out, and it's all about timing. And this is what Quansah was struggling with last season. And I felt sorry for him, because there's one thing when you're playing, in a formation since you was a little kid, like in the nines, and then you're going to a new formation in the next season. It's going to be difficult for you, brother. It's always going to be difficult for you. And that's why I've been trying to bring to you guys for a while. Like, stop judging a player like that, because it's wrong. It's completely wrong. As I said yesterday, I hope we've got a buyback clause on him. So in the future, if he plays well, we've got enough money to get him back to, obviously. We've got enough time to get back to Liverpool Football Club, if you know what I mean, and all that stuff. So, yeah. Listen, that's the formation you guys need to understand that happened under Arne Slot, from Klopp to Slot, 2 different formations. It was always going to be difficult for Konate to understand it. And he's a kid. He's only 22, guys. You know what I mean? I'm sure you guys have kids and all that stuff. You know what I mean? When you're telling them things, it takes them a while to understand, especially when they've been doing the same thing for years. And I don't think people looked into it like that way. It's sad. It's really, really sad the way people judge other players, because I think there's a quality player there. And yeah, it's just a pity he's going somewhere else, because he's got the physical attributes. He's got the pace, power, everything that we need from a centre back. And now he's going to give it to someone else. Yeah, so guys, before I go, I saw this. I saw Troops and Saeed on their stream. It was quite funny. So let's look at it. They're talking about, obviously, us, and they talk about Arsenal and the Man United. It's a banter thing. It's quite interesting. Let's just check that out. Then I'm going to go, guys. I hope I explained everything to you guys. I should be back tomorrow. I'm more or less here every day around the same time. Just subscribe and hit that like button for me. Even if you don't like the channel and you don't want to subscribe to it, just, hit the like for me. Just going past and all that stuff. So the more likes we get, the better for the channel, as you guys already know. So that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. I don't want to keep rumbling on and all that stuff. Appreciate you guys. So yeah, let's look at this. This was quite funny. I liked it. Really, really liked it. But let me get to the chat beforehand, man. I don't know what I'm doing here. Let me get to the chat beforehand. Sorry about that. Where was I? Mehdi. I think Mehdi. Yeah, that's how you say it. I like Osimhen, but I don't understand the move to Galatasaray. Can you explain? Well, basically, what happened with him at Napoli, as many people know, there was an issue with him and the football club in regards to racial abuse or something like that. And he just didn't want to be at the football club anymore. And the football club didn't want him at the time because they were having back and forth rows and all that stuff. It was becoming very awkward. So he decided to go and learn somewhere else, like Galatasaray, and that's the reason for that. And now he wants to leave, and Napoli don't want to keep him either. That's another thing as well. So I hope I explained it well. I don't want to get into the racial things and all that stuff. This is, something the football, footballing bodies, supposed to sort out. Not me. I'm not part of that FIFA. I'm not part of the UEFA. I'm not part of the FA. I'm not part of the Premier League. So this is what they're supposed to be sorting out. And we're in 2025 and we're still talking about it. That's a concern for me. Clive says he's strong-minded, but I think Slot would keep him under control. Okay, bro. What is happening with Stefan Bajcetic's future after his loan? Will he be loaned again or sold? He's just had an operation, so I don't know what's going to happen. We have to wait until the preseason, and then we could discuss it, bro. Because the transfer window is until the end of August, I believe, September time. So there's still a lot of time left for us to decide on Bajcetic. If they don't get a DM in, I think they will keep him. If you know what I mean, he's a Spanish boy, technical ability at his best, and he had a good season with Los Palmos, but Salzburg he was terrible from what I've heard. So that's another thing as well. So let's just see how good he is. Let's see if Liverpool decide to keep him or not. Big up John Conway as always, bro. Appreciate that, Clive. 4-3-3. He might play 4-3-3. I agree with you that one. That's the type of formation. If you want to be solid in a game, and don't misunderstand where Wirtz's position in the team comes from. Everybody thinks he's going to be a number 10, but he could be obviously a part of a 3 as well. He's a very good player at closing down other teams, and he's very quick at the same time as well. Hard work is what he brings, as well as technical ability at its best. Let me just put it that way for you guys. Fozzie, I remember the 3 at the back. Yeah, with Roy Evans, man. It's a pity, innit? Big up, Scary Terry, man. Welcome back, bro. I hope everything's well with you and family. Do you think the reason we didn't spend any money was because of Klopp being cheap steak? I mean, it's funny, isn't it? He's not in charge, and we are finally spending big boy money. Thoughts? I knew this will come up one day, bro. I knew people will ask questions about that. Sorry about the way I read it. I mean, it's very big in it. So we need to be careful, Scary Terry, in regards to Jurgen, the way we speak about him, because I can't imagine any manager that don't want to spend money to get better players in the club. I can't imagine that. There's no such thing as that, in my opinion. The club could be playing the other way as well. Blame it on him all along, if you know what I mean. we need to look at before Jurgen Klopp. How was Liverpool before Jurgen? Did we spend a lot of money before, when Jurgen wasn't here? Not really. I mean, we had to sell to buy, as I remember, even those days. Remember when Torres left, we got Andy Carroll and Suarez in with the Torres money. So I honestly think it's the club that's changed in regards to spending, not Jurgen Klopp not wanting to spend. We need to be careful with that, and don't destroy a man's legacy because of other people's negligence, if you know what I mean. So sometimes in life, I don't like that, and I could see people manipulating other people, and I don't want to go into that because they're doing good things for our football club. I think they finally realized how big Liverpool Football Club is, and they're willing to spend because of that. If you know what I mean, 1.5 million in a parade is no joke. You know what I mean? No other club has ever done that. You know, winning the league in the manager's head coach's first season, that hasn't been done in years at Liverpool. I think it's Kenny the last one or something like that. So even Bob Paisley didn't do that. So that says a lot. So, you know, it's just a transformation of the club, brother. We no longer have to build a stand. We no longer have to, you know, worry about COVID because COVID doesn't exist anymore. It's just the right place at the right time, and they saved enough to do that as well. You know what I mean? We haven't spent the money last season. We haven't spent a lot the season before. If you look at when we bought in Soboslai, McAllister, Endo, and Gravenberch, it was money that was coming in from the sales that we done with Fabinho's and Henderson's and all that stuff. So, yeah, we need to be careful. I can't imagine Jurgen stopping transfers for being sentimental all the time. I don't imagine that. If you're asking why did he keep players over their time at Liverpool, think about it this way. Did we ever think to ourselves, he got rid of players in the past and got nothing in return? Did we ever think about things like that? I don't think people thought of that. So each time you get rid of a player, there's nothing coming in return. So you got a spot in the team that's not being filled. You know, filled in. Sorry. So yeah, there's a lot of things, bro. But I can't believe Jurgen did not want to spend money. That's not a manager. You know what I mean? And he even used to talk about it anyway when he used to talk about Chelsea, Man City, and all that stuff, spending money that we don't have. He said it in his press conferences. So that should be enough for me. Yeah, listen, I'm not destroying the man's legacy. Jurgen has done enough for me to be happy for the next 20 years, man. Man, I've been sitting here for the 30 years before that with no championship. You know what I mean? So, yeah, you can't blame him, bro. I know what you mean, Scary Ted, because a lot of people are asking that questions, but put yourself in his shoes, bro. You know what I mean? That would be a great team. Yeah, I think so, bro. I think so. The graphics, if you're talking about the graphics, 100%, bro, 100%. I don't want to listen to these guys, though, guys. I want to leave because I got to get ready for work. But the AFCON with Osimhen, yeah, that's another thing as well, bro, that stops African players going to big clubs. I think as players, as the agents, as the African Federation, they need to do something for those players to, you know, to play for the big teams. There's a reason that the African players don't play for the big teams, because the African nations comes in during the season and it stops those clubs from, you know, trying to build towards winning the league title. And this is why a lot of African top players don't go to the big teams, because they that stops them. The African nations, they need to find a way to get it in the summer, or if the season has a winter break or something like that. It's not fair, you know, on players missing out on big, you know, moves because of that. It's not fair, in my opinion. Yeah, guys, I'm not gonna go through that thing. I'll share it with you guys tomorrow. We could do a rival watch tomorrow, and we could look at the Saeed and, you know, troops thing. It's quite funny. Let me just put it that way. Mehdi says, bro, it's a bit unfortunate that you switch between topics, Guehi, Osimhen, Quansah, without reading the comments before moving on. Oh, sorry, bro. You know what I mean? The thing is, there's not enough comments for me to read, so I can't really read every comment. By the time I read the comments, there's already gone. So that's the reason. Normally, I do read the actual comments from the start, obviously, while I'm still going through the videos and all that stuff. But I apologize, bro. I agree with you. It's just if there was a lot of comments, then I could have read it, if you know what I mean. Konate is 26. He's not young anymore. Yes, if he wants to wait till he's 27 to move to Real Madrid, then, you know, Liverpool don't have to play him. Big up, Scottish Bear. Big up, brother. John Conway, as always. Yeah, smash the likes, please, people. Smash the likes. Smash the likes. 42. Yeah, we could get to 50 if we can, people. If you could do that for me. About Google says, regarding signings, it's Victor Osimhen, FC. Guehi, sorry, centre forward, and Guehi as a centre back. If you look at the most likely players that could come to Liverpool is those two, because there's no restrictions on them, if you know what I mean. Guehi wants to come to Liverpool from the stories that's going around, and Osimhen wants to leave Napoli. So you can make a deal. Napoli wants Nunez and Chiesa. We want Osimhen. So give us Osimhen. We give you Darwin and Chiesa, but we need money on top of that as well. I mean, I don't know where this is coming from. We have to pay them 17 million to give them two players. It doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? So that's a weird one in my opinion. But yeah. Apologies, Mehdi, man. Apologies for that. If I come across, you know, of not reading the comments and all that stuff, is because today I don't see a lot, and I don't blame people because I've just done this spontaneously, as I always do. I don't give you time to prepare for the actual stream. I just come on and I do it at the time I can. That's what it is. That's the problem with me at the moment, because when I'm working, it's very difficult for me to do streams. I do 12 hours a day shift. It's impossible for me like to wake up when I come home at 8 a.m. and then come at 1:30 to be ready for everything. You know what I mean? It's just spontaneous. It's just something natural what I do in here. So that's how it is, guys. Yeah. That's me done, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Please hit the likes for me, as I always say. I really appreciate that. I want to do rival watch tomorrow. Check out our rivals, what they're saying about us and all that stuff. Have fun, you know, on their behalf, and let them worry about Liverpool Football Club while we don't worry about anyone else but ourselves, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So there's another comment that's just come up, man. Let me see what's going on. I will structure it better, Mehdi, next time. Okay. Let me put it that way, man. Christy, that's how you say Christy, yeah. Napoli must give us money. There is no rush with Osimhen, as they do not want to lose him for free. And if I decide to be so harsh, this will happen. Yeah. Like, they need to give us money, bro. I'm not here like as a pity kind of person. Like, Darwin Nunez is 26, is it 25, something like that. Chiesa is 27, going to 28. So they still got time on their side, and these are players that's ready as well. So it's kind of strange. Decent team lineup: Liverpool, FC, Bayern, Real Madrid, PSG. Clear out soon. Nunez, Doak, Quansah, Elliott missing real soon. Yeah, I think Nunez is gone, Dirk is gone, and Quansah's definitely gone now. Elliott as well. I think Elliott knows his time at Liverpool is up, and he's already preparing for that, to be fair, guys. I honestly think that. You saw him at the end of last season crying on his dad's shoulder, you know, saying probably it's time to go because I want to play first team football. World Cup, yeah. I need to be in the England team, if you know what I mean, all that stuff. So, yeah. Smash the like button for me, guys. Honestly, smash the like button for me. I really appreciate that. If you could do that for me. 10 away from, obviously, 50. Up to keep Chiesa in favor of another attacking midfield. Man, it's sad, isn't it, about Chiesa? But I think he wants to go, bro. His next destination is Italy, he says. He wants to go back home and play in Italy. So we can't stop him. And the only person that can stop Chiesa is the manager telling him he's part of his first team plan. Let me just put it that way. Guys, I'm done. Thank you for coming on. I should be back around the same time tomorrow. I'll see you then. Take care, everybody. Do me a favor. If you watch this back, put the comments down below, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible, as I always do. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys. Take care.